the problem with evaluating college quarterbacks in 2021 as opposed to 2001?
It's the middle of the field's wide open. When you look at how the game is played now, safeties and linebackers can't touch receivers coming across the middle. Makes it wide open. The easiest throw for a quarterback is across the middle. I think you talked about it before. Your triangle, the easiest. It's across the middle. It's the easiest throw. Yeah. It's right in the quarterback's line of sight, and it's an easier throw. So
shorter throw.
Yeah. Shorter throw.
Yeah.
Shorter throw, easier to see. And so the game lends itself to middle field wide open. That's why you see tight ends becoming so prevalent now, because their all their work is across the middle. Safety come up and lay the wood. I mean, I remember when you coach that safety position, hey, if he catches the ball, drill him. Even if you get a penalty, we'll take. Now you're going to be rejected, and you can't coach that way.
So it's way easier to play the position than it was even 10 years ago. You can't touch the receivers. You can't touch them when they're running the route after 5 yards. You can't touch them when they catch the ball. You can't touch the quarterback pretty much at any point. So it's a much different. It's like a different position now.
It's a different position. It's easier. I'm not saying quarterback isn't hard to play. I just think it's a lot easier than it was in the past. And receiver is a lot easier. All those digs are there now. Like you wouldn't see those digs all those digs getting ran and back in 2000, because receivers would get their head taken off.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna talk about receivers in a second, but I'm with you on the problem with evaluating quarterbacks. It's an easier position to play than ever before. I think that the college teams do a better job of preparing these quarterbacks than ever before because there's so much passing. It's not like you hand off all the time anymore. So what I say is draft them, develop them, let them go, draft them again, and keep going, because I don't want to spend $40 million on a quarterback. Is it ever going to get to that point?
It might. I think I don't remember where I saw it, but it was an interesting point. Is the money becomes an issue and how that builds the business, where that guy, when you got the premium guy, makes money for the franchise.
True.
And say that's our guy.
Good point.
Yeah, it makes it kind of difficult, but I think if you look at it logically, that probably might make sense. But I don't know if a team is going to like, hey, we got Andrew Luck. Let's let him walk and not pay him.
I mean, it's what the Oakland A's would do and have done routinely. They just trade away all their stars, and really, really pisses off the fans. It's a good way to have no fans. If you want zero fans, just trade away your stars.
I personally would be down for that. If he's a top 5 guy, I think you got to keep him. If he's one of the spectacular guys, other than that, move. I mean, to me, I'm like, have the balls, move them.
Because the reason I ask is, it seems like that's the best way to approach the wide receiver position in 2021.
Or is the best way now, and we'll see how this plays out this offseason, is to trade for a veteran guy that they've already paid all the prorated salary bonus for. You get him on the cheap. You look for those years, and then you do it again.
I think that's, to me, those are the two ways I would approach wide receivers and quarterbacks. The guys on the rookie deal and the guys that other teams made the mistake of cashing out that no longer can afford those players, and then I come in and swoop in after the divorce. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those are the only same with quarterbacks and wide receivers. I don't want to give the $18 million contract to a wide receiver. No.
Right, because even if we were questioning Matt Ryan Matt Stafford and his ability, the Matt Stafford that the Niners would have and the Matt Stafford that Detroit have are different. Why? Right. Because Detroit has to that prorated salary. The Niners don't. So he's cheaper.
Yep. So all of a sudden he's viable for the Niners. He's not viable for the Lions.